Hey guys, it's the War Declarer and welcome. Today we will be playing Civilization 6. So I have had a quick run in the game and this game has changed a lot as there is now a new thing called districts in the game, and the AI in the game is much more aggressive and isn't willing to ally you that much. Now we'll go ahead and choose our leader. I've actually had a chance to play using America and England, and I would say America is actually much more overpowered than England. As for America, they usually focus more on the land and they'll give a bonus fighting on the same continent as your capital. As for England, they focus more on their navy, and for their red code, they basically means going overseas, which is another continent far away from their home continent. So they'll get a bonus for fighting on a continent that isn't their capital. And another reason why I would like to play as a American instead of English would be because for their maps, they currently do not have any map that has the full map of Earth. So the England's navy usually renders useless on the continent's map, as there's only basically about 1 to 2 continents, which means traveling across the ocean isn't that much needed. You can actually fight on one huge continent. So we'll go ahead and select Teddy Roosevelt, which is the American president during that time period. As for America, they have the Founding Fathers, which will earn them all government legacy bonus in half the usual time. And they also have the Roosevelt Colony, which grants them a +5 combat strength on their home continent, and a +1 appeal to all towns in a city with a national park. They also gain the Rough Rider unique unit when they research the rifling technology. They have also the P-51 Mustang, which is a modern era air unit that replaces the typical fighter. They will grant us a +5 attack against other fighter aircrafts and also has a +2 flight range, and it also grants us 50% experience. As for the Rough Rider, it is an American unique modern era unit when Teddy Roosevelt is their leader. It grants us culture from kills on their capital's continent, and also grants us a 10 combat strength when fighting on hills. They also lower maintenance costs. As for buildings, they have a film studio, which is unique to America and grants 100% tourism pressure from this city and also towards other civilizations in the modern era period. So their Rough Rider and P-51 Mustang will only come in quite good during the modern era and onwards time periods. Before that, the only boost they actually really have would be the combat strength on their home continent. So it is actually quite beneficial for the late game time period if you are playing in a domination game mode, as they grant us an advantage against the other civilizations. So we'll go ahead and select America as our chosen civilization. We'll now click at Run Setup and we'll modify the other changes from here. As for difficulty, we'll be leaving it in Prince. Our start era will also be leaving it at Ancient Era. For our game speed, we'll be switching it to Online. So the reason for switching it to Online is that it actually grants us a double speed, which means research and other things will be done at a 2 times faster rate. For our map, it will be leaving it at continents. And for our map size, we'll be switching it to huge, which will increase the number of leaders that we'll have to fight against. As for our victory conditions, we'll only be leaving the domination victory on as we want global domination, so we'll be taking away the other 4 bars. So we'll scroll down and we can see at the under advanced options we have the advantage of disabling barbarians or disabling tribal villagers. So tribal villagers are basically like the ruins you'll find in Civilization 5, where you may find a free tech or you may get to upgrade your troops. So we'll be leaving them as it is, so it is enabled. So you can pause the video and read this if you would like. So as it is downloading, we can now begin game. So as you can see at the top corner, we start off in the year 4000 BC. We have the World Tracker tab that will tell us what research and what policies we are doing at that moment. And for the settlers, we actually have the tab at the bottom here, which actually tells us whether is our city built at a good position. The green will be fresh water and the red will be too close to another city. As for grey, there is no water present near the city, so that will mean the city will not grow as fast. So as you can see, our settler here will build a city near 2 rivers, so we are actually at a good start as around us are plain fields. There are some forests, mountains, and some ores and animals. So we have strategic resources such as horses, and we have bonus resources such as copper and stone. We also have just beside us a luxury resource which is sugar. We also have some bonus cattle at the top corner. So we'll go ahead and build a city here. So as you can see, if we zoom in, our city looks very tribal, very old, but as we progress through the eras, they will eventually become more and more modern. So before we do anything else, we'll switch to the strategy view mode. So we'll make our warrior go on to auto mode, so it can actually explore and scout as they wish. As for production, we will be building a monument first. It will grant us a +2 culture. We will now go ahead and choose a research. So for our first research, we will be doing animal husbandry. As you can see, there are quite a few animals around us that requires that technology. So we'll go ahead and select it. We will now go ahead and end our turn as we can not do anything else. As you can see, we have found a wine which is a luxury resource, but it is a tad further away from our other cities, so we might need to expand to it quite fast in case there's another civilization near us. So we have completed the animal husbandry technology, and we can go ahead and select a new one. So the next technology they will be researching will be mining, as there is some stone around us that we will need the technology mining to be able to farm their resource. So one new thing about this game is also if we click the research tab, you can see that it will take 15 turns, for example, to research horseback riding, but if we were to build a pasture, it will actually increase our research time, it means instead of taking 15 turns, it will actually take 7, or maybe cut down the timing by half or so. So we have met the Chinese civilization. We can go ahead and actually say it is an honor to meet you, or we can tell him that we are actually too busy to stay and chat, but for the sake of it, we'll actually go ahead and befriend our civilization for now, so we don't get into any early wars. As if you can recall, our game is actually, our civilization is actually more OP in the later era. So they have invited us to see one of their cities nearby. So we'll actually go ahead and say we would love to sample your hospitality. So by finding a new civilization, it has actually decreased our technology. So now we have speed up the writing time by 50%. So our mining technology is now completed. We can go ahead and select a new one. We have also found a new civic, which is the code of laws. So for our new technology, we'll be researching pottery, which will grant us a granary. We can now go ahead and choose a civic. So we can either go with foreign trade or craftsmanship, but since we have found the Chinese civilization, which is south of us, we'll actually go ahead and choose foreign trade, so we can trade with them. We can go ahead and choose a new production, as our monument has been completed in the city of Washington. We'll go ahead and choose a scout, as we want to actually scout the location around us to make sure that we're at an advantage and at a safe position. So now we can go ahead and click a policy slot. So in this policy slot, it is actually more of a card type of advantage or a disadvantage, if depends on how you look at it. And so far we have not met any barbarians, so we actually not choose this military card for now. We'll go ahead and choose the double experience for recon units, as we are in the midst of actually training a few recon units. As for our economic card, we can either choose a +1 to our production in all cities, or a +1 to fate, a +1 to gold in the capital. We'll be going with the +1 production in all cities, as that will come in handy in the later part of the game, where we have more than one city. And so with that, I'll be ending the video here for today. And do tell me in the comments below on what you do think of this video and what you actually want to see in the next video. And don't forget to tell those in the comment section below. And don't forget to like, subscribe and share. And as usual, thanks for watching and goodbye.